Hey my loves, it's reading time, and today we're going to finish this book. So grab your book. I can read about book 3. You're going to open it to page 14. We're going to read and talk about pages 14 and 15. Then we're going to go back all the way to the very first page and read everything again without stopping, okay? But the first thing I'd like for you to do is open to page 14. And on page 14, before we even start reading, I want you to pay attention to the words inside the little rectangle there in the bottom. Because these are sight words and they're new sight words. Okay, so the first one they're going to see is WAS. And WAS is a sight word that says was. As in, he was late for class. Or she was hungry. So was. Okay? So was. WAS says was. It's a sight word because it doesn't follow our phonics rules. It's just one vowel, but we're not going to say was. Okay? It doesn't follow our phonics rules. It's a type of word that you got to look at it and know what it says. So what does WAS say? Was. How do we spell was? WAS. What does WAS say? Was. And how do we spell was? WAS. Yes. And the other one is SAID. And SAID says said. As in, he said he misses school. Or she said the day was beautiful. So said. Okay? SAID says said. It doesn't say said. Even though there are two vowels, the first one is not going to say its name and the second one is not going to be silent. It does not follow our phonics rules because it's a sight word. You got to look at it and know what it says. So what does SAID say? Said. And how do you spell said? SAID. Very good. Awesome. So keep that in mind when we're reading today, okay? So I'm going to start, but you are reading along with me. Remember, it is not Mrs. Montero's read aloud time. It is reading together with Mrs. Montero. Okay, so we are all reading together. Fred the Frog. Fred the Frog sat on a big log. He was hot, but he had a wide grin. I will take a swim in the stream, he said. Sight words, everybody. Was. Said. Good. So how did Fred feel? Yes, he was feeling hot. It was probably a beautiful nice spring day or a beautiful nice summer day even because he was hot. So where did he go to swim? Where did Fred swim? In the stream, yes, to cool off. Good. Page 15. He made 3 big hops and 1 big splash. He tried a big dive, but just made a flop. That was fine with Fred. I can float! This is fun, he cried. I like to play in the stream. So, can Fred dive very well? No, he didn't. Or no, he can't. He couldn't. He cannot dive very well. He tried, but instead of diving, he just made a big what? A big flop, yes. So he could not dive very well. And what could he do really well? Float, yes. He says, I can float. This is fun. So he could float really well. Awesome job. So we are done with this book. Now we're going to go back to the very first page and we're going to read it again because then you can just put this book away. We are all done with it. Okay, so go back to the very first page. You're just reading without stopping now. Okay, are you ready to read the whole book together with me? Awesome, let's do it. Very first page. My cat Pete. My cat Pete is cute. He can run like a flash. I like to fix his meal. Pete can smell the fish. Sight word, everybody? Chew, yes. He will run fast so he can eat. My mom will fix my meal. I plan to eat a lot. Then I will play in the shade with Pete. And flip it over, page 4. I can pray. I can pray to God. I pray to him if I am glad. I pray to him if I am sad. I can pray at home. I can pray in my class. God likes to hear me pray. Smile, weigh, clean, cranes, bath, this, fly, glue, clocks, ship, with, swipe, soap, train, my, wise, squeak, use, greet, slide, dust, dreams, lost, swift, shade, smell, cloth, queen, flash, flake, scrub, plane. Good job. Flip it over one more time. The big trip. I can ride on a train. I can fly in a plane. I can sail in a ship. I can take a big trip. I can greet those I meet with a wave and a smile as I go on my way mile on mile. It is fun to roam and still stay at home. Here I am safe in a box by my bed. And you're going to flip it over again. I feel clean. I like to take a bath. It is fun to play in the tub. I scrub with the soap on my cloth. I clean in this ear and that. In sight word? Of. Good job. My hair is so clean I can hear it squeak. Mom tells me to use lots of soap and to dry off well. I feel so clean. I hope I stay clean. And I'm going to flip it over. I like to read. I like to read of trucks and trains, of dogs and cats, of clocks and cranes. I like to read of ships at sea, of bugs that fly and land on me. The tales can be dreams, the tales can be real, of a flag to fly, of a breeze to feel. I like to read. I'm going to flip it over one more time. Play, pray, tried, grasp, swim, that, Fred, fruit, drive, go, shine, 3, speak, cry, skate, stream, past, trash, shuts, teeth, dive, glad, grass, splash, smash, chad, squeak, stay, twig, scream, float, blue. My goat. Goats like to eat grass. I am glad I am not a goat. It is fun to play with my goat. He likes to jump off rocks. Dad shuts him up in a pen. That way he will not go past the gate. And last 2 pages that we just read today, but we're reading it again. Page 14. Fred the Frog. Fred the Frog sat on a big log. He was hot, but he had a wide grin. I will take a swim in the stream, he said. Sight words? Was sad. Good job. And then page 15. He made 3 big hops and 1 big splash. He tried a big dive, but just made a flop. That was fine with Fred. I can float, this is fun, he cried. I like to play in the stream. That is it. We are all done with this book. You can put it away. Next time we have reading groups, you're starting a brand new one.